Hello, welcome to Dadpuzzles. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us today, we have a man that's been dedicating his life to shaping not only the lives of athletes but also the hearts and of different fathers. Brian Ward is a Marine veteran and a championship basketball coach with a remarkable 20-year career. He he transitioned his passion from the court to coaching dads in the game of life. So, today is a very special day, and his journey has taken him from coaching basketball to coaching fathers and helping them to become the best they can be for their families. As the creator and host of the acclaimed Dad Up podcast, he has spent the past 3 years equipping dads with tools and strategies for parenting success. His impactful work has been recognized far and wide, just earning him his features on radio shows, publications, even on CNN. So beyond the mic, Brian's commitment to fatherhood extends to his own family. He's a husband and proud father of two adult sons, Blake and Brett. And hailing from the sunny state of California, Brian and his wife, Andrea, are leaving indelible mark on the world of fatherhood, currently working on his first book, Dad Up. Brian's journey to continue, it continues to really inspire and guide parents on their path to becoming the best versions of themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome a true champion to fatherhood, Brian Ward, to the Dad Puzzles podcast. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Wow, what an intro, man. What an intro.
That's,
I'm gonna
that is
have
the
to
truth, my friend.
I'm gonna have to make sure I keep that on recording and play that for my wife one of these days.
Oh, please. Oh, no. This is something that you're truly doing, and we have to give you the flower because this is something that is necessary in our society today. So please, we are really inspired by, with what you're doing, boss.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. And you know what? Anybody that's got a dad podcast out there, such as yourself, it is we're all on this mission, right? We're on this mission to help families be better, to help kids be better, and to help parents be better for their kids. And
Right.
so, anytime I meet a fellow podcaster that's in the space of helping dads, I'm all for it.
Awesome.
Keep up what you're doing, man, because it's needed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So can you, briefly maybe share how did you come up with the dad app? How has the journey been from the inception?
Yeah. For me, it was kind of a accident in that how it came up, but there was a purpose behind it. And I'm a big, I know this isn't a faith-based show, but I'm a big believer in my relationship with my Lord, and he puts things on people's hearts for reasons. He's working behind the scenes for a reason. And for me, I have always been a passionate, all in, 100% all in dad. And
Right.
there was a time in my life a few years ago, it's actually almost 4 years now, that my younger son was a senior in high school. And my older son at the time was in college and out of the house. And when I got to that point where my younger son was about to graduate high school, he was he was in his first few months of his senior year. It started to hit me. I started to think and realize that my youngest is about to go off to college, and I'm about to be an empty nester with my wife, which I was looking forward to. I was excited about that, but I felt like my dad journey had ended. It was coming to an end. As soon as my younger son graduates from high school, he's going to go off to college. And now what? Now what do I
You're
do?
no longer there. Right.
I'm not needed anymore. My purpose has been filled. Now, has it been successful? I would say it was. Were there challenges and struggles along the way? Of course. But I was always there for my kids, and now they're going to be gone. Now what do I do? And it was through the help of sitting down with one of my family members, my brother-in-law. I was telling him, I was kind of pouring into him that I don't know what I'm going to do. I feel like this emptiness in my heart. And he said, why don't you start a podcast to help dads? That's literally came out of his mouth. Why don't you start a podcast to help dads? Right. And I went, I don't know. I'd listen to podcasts. I wasn't a big follower of podcasts, but I'd listen to some. Right. And I said, yeah, I'll talk to my wife about it. I'll talk to Andrea about it, who is his sister. Talk to Andrea about it. And I came home and I mentioned it to her, and it was like her eyes just lit up. She's like, oh my goodness, that is brilliant, and you need to do it. And I said, all right, I'll look into it. And so I did some research, and the next thing I know, it was about 2 months later, launched my intro and launched my episode, my podcast. And it has been an incredible journey. My very first guest on my show is a good friend of mine, one of my closest friends. He and I coached basketball together in the high school level. So he was the head coach. I was the associate head coach. And he was my very first guest. And it has gone all over the place since then. I've had celebrities on, pro athletes, entrepreneurs, authors, pastors. I've had moms on my show. I've had my dad on my show. I've had my kids on my show. So it has just been an incredible journey. And I've been in publications. So I've been featured in newspapers and magazines. I've also been interviewed by CNN on their HLN network for a Father's Day special. That was a couple years ago, which is awesome. And the guy who interviewed me on the show, his name is Mike Galanos, a super humble man, very kind, and has an awesome relationship with the Lord. He and I are still close friends to this day, and that was a couple years ago that I was interviewed on the show. So the places that this show has taken me have been remarkable, and I've been appreciative of it. It's monetized now, so it's making money and all that, which is great. That wasn't the goal in the beginning. Right. But what's been more important to me is the impact it's had on dads, right, and the connections I've made with the folks along the way. That's right. So those have been the reasons why I continue to do it. It's the impact it has on the dads. I hear it all the time, and it's been the relationships, the connections I've made with people that I consider some of my closest friends. So, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. I know I went long, but that's it in a nutshell.
No, it's fantastic. It's really inspiring, and there's nothing much to add to it, because we really need you in this space, and like you mentioned, and also we don't have much information as dads out there. So you being one of them there right now, this is this is the most important thing. So how is the relationship from your coaching experience and now with the fatherhood? Those two are different. They're definitely similar in terms, like in terms of the challenges. How do you think about those?
Yeah, being a coach. So I coached sports. I coached baseball, football, basketball, from when my boys were 4 all the way up through high school. So, and then, we were fortunate that my younger son, got a college scholarship to play basketball in college. So, I have coached thousands of kids, and I'll tell you a funny story real quick, and that this is kind of a sidebar, but I just found out yesterday that one of the kids I coached in Little League just got picked up by the Denver Broncos as a kicker. So yes, being a coach has been great. It has allowed me to pour into young men's lives. I've even coached girls teams. I coached the junior high basketball girls teams. And I'll tell you, the girls are tougher than the boys. I'm telling you, that girl team that I had, they were monsters, man. They tore it up on the court. But anyways,
I'm a girl dad, so I definitely can relate that, my friend.
Yeah. But there's challenges in anything that we do. Right. And for me, I think one of the biggest challenges that I've faced is not only being a coach, but also being a dad of players on my team. So I was a dad. There was one season in particular that I coached both my boys on the same team, even though they're a couple years apart, because it was a travel ball team and we had that age range where we could. And so that was challenging. But I had to learn and I had to teach my boys that when we're on the field or we're on the court, I'm not your dad anymore. And you can't refer to me as dad because it's not going to look right to the other players. You have to refer to me as coach, and you have to respect me as a coach.
Right.
When we get in the car and we go home together, I'll put my dad hat back on, and now I'm dad again. And my boys respected that and appreciated that. They maintained that that level of difference or integrity throughout the years that I coached them. What else is cool about being a coach, but is similar to being a father, is that there are players. I've coached thousands and thousands and thousands of kids, right? There are players on teams that I coached that didn't have a father figure in their life. They would be those players that looked up in the stands and didn't have anybody cheering for them. I've had a handful of players that have dads or parents that I've never met, because it's like they pull up, drop them off, leave, come back, pick them up, leave. And they were just never there. And that hurt me because it hit home to me, because I grew up, my parents to this day are still together, still married over 50 years, but they worked a lot of hours when I was growing up. And I can count on one hand how many sporting games they came to, and I played a lot of sports, that they actually came to. I used to ride to practices and games with my friends' parents because my parents couldn't be there. Now, it's not a knock on them. It's just they had to put food on the table, and so they had to work. I get it. But when I come across players like that as a coach, I want to pour into them like I'm their father, because they need that influence in their life. And I've had players that have since gotten married that I've been invited to their weddings. I've had players that have reached out to me after graduating, kind of feeling lost in this thing called life, not really having any direction, reach out to me for guidance and support. And now I'm even mentoring right now a freshman. He was in 8th grade last year. I mentored him all through 8th grade. A freshman in high school whose father passed away a few years back. And his mother didn't want anything to do with him. She's in another country, and he lives here with his grandmother. And his grandmother is, she's an older lady. She loves him and wants to take care of him, but she can't guide him the way a father can. And so I've been mentoring this kid for the last 2 years. And those reasons that I listed right there are why I loved coaching so much. And there are plenty of kids out there that need guidance, that need love, that need support, that need structure. And like I said, there's a ton that I coached that didn't have it. And so I knew that as a coach, I need to teach them the game that we're playing, but I need to teach them how to grow up and be a man and take care of responsibilities and be mature and don't be a fool and don't act stupid and don't make mistakes or don't mess up severely. You know what I mean? Those kind of things, or learn from your mistakes. So I had to do that. So I hope that answers your question.
No, absolutely. This is this is an amazing thing, and I guess it'll be a good thing for a person that is listening and they would like to somehow be what you are, what you have done. How do you advise those type of folks?
Well, you have to, if you really want to be a coach of some sport, you have to be passionate about it. So, it's got to be something that you love doing. I'll be honest, my older son played soccer, and I knew nothing about soccer, didn't like soccer. I grew up playing soccer when I was a younger kid and hated it. My older son was a goalie, and he was actually really, really good. Now, I went to all his practices, and I went to all his games, but I didn't coach him. And after that season ended, he said, "Dad, I don't want to play soccer anymore." And I'm like, "Dude, you're good at soccer. You're a good goalie." And he's like, I know, but I just can't stand it. And I said, okay, that's fine. We'll find something else. So you have to be, I was not passionate. My whole point was I was not passionate about soccer. I was going to be there for my boy, but I was not going to coach because I knew nothing about it. So I had to find something that I was passionate about. And it's funny you bring that up because when I took my older son, I can remember this like it was yesterday. My older son's 24 years old. When I took my older son when he was, this was 20 years ago, 4 years old to sign up for Little League. We walk up to the table and the board member there that was taking the registrations, he said, hey, do you want to coach? And I said, no. I go, I know baseball, but I don't know how to coach. He's 4. I've never coached him a day in my life. I'm really not interested. And he goes, he looks at me and he goes, hey, bro, they're 4. Right. Teach them how to throw, teach them how to hit and run the bases, and you'll be good. Don't worry about it. And I went, my boy's looking up at me like with the eyes like, yeah, coach us, Dad. Coach me, Dad. So I'm like, how can I say no, right? So that kind of started my coaching journey. I kind of stumbled into it, and I loved it. But for parents out there, dads, even moms, if you're looking to get into coaching, be passionate about it. Right. Make sure you're organized, and your job is not to win games. Right. Your job is not to win games. Your job is to teach those kids how to play a sport. This is an extracurricular activity. These kids are not being paid to play this sport. These kids are not most likely not going to make the professional level. Right. There's a very minute chance that ever happens. Mm-hmm. Your job is simply to give them something to do by teaching this sport. That's your job. And anybody that gives a coach a hard time, any parent that gives a coach a hard time, I always like to take off my whistle and go, here you go. Yeah. Because I'm a volunteer, you know. Obviously at the high school level I got paid, but before that, all those years I put in, I didn't get a dime, and I put money out. I actually put money out of my pocket for things for our team. So you just have to be passionate, and you have to have patience. Patience is key. And that goes along with parenting, right? In parenting, you have to have patience. Right. The same thing applies to coaching. You've got to have patience. Depending on what age you're dealing with, the dynamics change, the challenges change. So, yeah, all those things apply. And I hope I answered your question, brother.
No, absolutely. And I think, we can definitely apply this in life. We can tell our kids, by the way, like we can teach them the basics. And then if they apply those rules by, let's say, working hard and like avoiding the wrong stuff, by them doing that as the basic as the basic knowledge, the success can happen. Like you said, like you can be extremely successful or not necessarily very successful, but we have teaching like we have given you the basics, like something that is necessary to know, and this is very important. I think for the folks that are looking forward into doing this, you have shared with them the important aspect, for instance, of being passionate. This is very important, so that they're not really being pushed to do it. They really want to do it, and this is good because we have guests that they're not dads. They say, "But I'm not a dad." Listen, the idea of being a father figure is a big deal. Mm-hmm. So, like yourself, you have been a father figure to many kids, and other dads, definitely they can take this opportunity, let's say by trying to be a coach, or they can volunteer at the community activities or events or schools or churches or synagogues. It depends, whatever faith you have, volunteer into those things. You'll be amazed. Like you said, people in the community, they need guidance, because you have those dads that, let's say, either they're very busy or they're not there, or they say they're in the service, or they're, their parents, they have a long distance relationship. So all these different factors, we can take the opportunity to be there as a guidance to these individual kids. This is an amazing thing, sir. Thank you for sharing this.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
sir. Thank you. So how do you, in terms of the team, the team dynamics, you have shared this already, how, when you're traveling with the kids, that on that time, you have the hat of not a dad. I'm the coach. you'll be amazed at this information, Brian, that folks in different countries, they do not share this. Like they carry the issue of I'm the son of the president, or like I'm the son of the prime minister, or this and that. You have this cultural bias going on in different countries that even in our country now, right now in the U.S., you have some folks that still have this spoiled nature. No, my dad is this, my dad is that. Like they have this status thing. How do how have you shut down that? Because you have
Yeah.
some kids that are, let's say they're stuck up. The word is stuck up or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. There's a lot of coaches out there that show favoritism,
Uh-huh.
especially with their own kids that are on the team. Um, I have to tell you that is something
Right.
that from day one when my boys took to playing, I am a firm believer and carried myself as such that my boys had to earn their spots. My
Right.
boys had to earn their place. And just because they're my kid doesn't mean they're going to get any special treatment. There have been plenty of games that my boys weren't the starters on the team because they didn't have the skill set. Now, it didn't fare well for my wife and I because Mama Bear didn't like the fact
Right.
that her kids weren't playing and Dad was
Right.
the coach. So yeah,
Right.
there were those discussions that had to be had, but
Right.
my role was not to give my kid an opportunity when he didn't deserve it. What am I teaching him by doing that? I'm giving him an opportunity to be a starter when he doesn't deserve it. Like that makes no sense to me. So I'm not going to do that. And if I was forced into that position, I would have stopped coaching because that's not what it's about. What it's about
Right.
is helping these players get better. And yeah, I may take my boy off of, out of when we're done with practices or games. I may have extra one-on-one time with my boy to help him get better in the sport. But he's my son. I'm not a coach right then. I'm the dad. So now I'm doing an activity with my son. So I'm not the coach. So yeah,
Absolutely.
those things occurred all the time. But as far as my boys being on my team, there was no special treatment. And I'll give you an example. My son I was the associate head coach. My buddy was the head coach of our high school basketball team. We were playing in a critical game, and my son was not on the court. He had started the game. He wasn't playing well. I even went over to the head coach and I said, my son's name's Brett. I said, you got to get Brett out there. This is not his night. You got to get him out. And so he pulled Brett out and he put another guy in, and he had these other 5 players on the court. And with these other 5 players, we were losing. We were getting killed. With these other 5 players, they started to make a comeback, and the gap of the points was shrinking.
Okay. All right.
We hit halftime. Now we're down. We had originally been down like by 20, and now we're down by like 6. So we hit halftime. We go into the locker room. We do our spiel. Blah 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 blah. The players go back out on the court, and me and the coach were walking out, and he goes, "Who should we start in the third quarter?" And I said, "You got to leave the same players in that were just in."
Right.
And he's like, "Okay." And he admitted to me later on. This was a year or two later. He admitted to me that instance when I said that to him, he knew right then that I wasn't one of those dads, because he said, "You could have very easily told me to put your son back in."
Right. Right.
And I said, "I know, but yeah, trust me, I'm a dad. I want to see my kid on the court.
Right.
But our job here in high school is to win the game.
Right.
And if he's not performing, he's not playing, period." And so I carried myself always to that standard. And I didn't have not one parent in all the years that I coached could complain that my sons were getting preferential treatment. Not one.
That's
So
amazing. Because that's amazing.
that's how I separate it. It's like that's the separator. I'm a coach, and I'm going to treat you like a player. I'm not going to treat you like my son. But you have to have that separation. So if you, as a dad, if you're watching this and you have trouble with that, you need to stop coaching because you're in it for the wrong reasons. So that's all I'll say about that.
I believe your kids will definitely fail down the road when you're not there, and they'll blame you because they're used to being told, "I am great. I'm doing, I believe like one can, can create a similarity with helicopter parenting, for instance. How we think our kids, they are all great and all these things, but in the actual fact, you need to really tell them the wrong things that they're doing so that you can improve them. Don't just put them in a pedestal all the time. So this is an amazing thing. So, boss, the next question I have for you, I'm thinking about, with all those hats that you have, boss, how do you get to, how do you balance them? Because like you being the coach and then the family and the work, like my friend, how do you do that?
Well, this is a little secret, and I don't know if I want to share it. Maybe I will, because I want to help people, so I will. Right. Here's a little secret.
Okay.
There's no such thing as balance. Period.
Okay.
There isn't any. Now, you can make sacrifices in your life,
right,
to do the things that are important to you. But finding balance is impossible, and here's why. So if I'm with my younger son and I want to spend time with my older son, I can't give my younger son equal attention as I'm giving my older son, right? So if I want to do an episode on a podcast, right, and my family is in the house, I can't do my episode and spend time with my family. So there's no way I'm going to balance. Do you understand my point? You can't balance those. You can't do both those things at the same time. So balance is impossible. However, what you can do is you can structure your day into sections where you're scheduling things that need to get done. And for me, what my wife and I have done over the years is we have a time every week, every weekend, it's every Sunday evening, where we sit down for about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, and I go, what do you have going on this week? And she'll tell me her stuff, and we put it on our calendars. And she'll ask me the same thing, and she puts it down on the calendar. And then we say, okay, those are the things that we have to take care of. Those are things that are have tos. Those things we have to get done. But now, what are our family times? What do we look like as far as spending time together and all that? And we figure out times for those. For me in coaching, because I worked in corporate America, for me in coaching, it was the same thing. When I realized I was going to be a coach, I went to my supervisor and I said, hey, my son wants me to coach his little league team, and I'd like to do that. I just want to make sure that that's going to be okay with you. I'm telling you right now, my right hand to the Lord, if my boss told me that's not a possibility, we need you here, so I'm sorry, but you're going to have to devote your days and evenings here because we have to get work done. So I'm going to not, I would appreciate if you not do that. I would have said, okay, here's my 2 weeks notice. Right. And I would have found a different career. My kids were my non-negotiables. My family is my non-negotiable. So anything that comes up in my life, regardless of what it is, my family comes first. So if I have a podcast, if you had reached out to me and said, hey, I have to reschedule this episode. I have to reschedule. And the only time I have available is 7:00 in the evening on Wednesday. I would have said, well, that's cutting into my family time. So the answer is no. Sorry, I can't do that time. And you said, well, that's the only time I have, I would have said, well, good luck to you, but I can't do your show.
Absolutely.
Now, that's how important that stuff is to me. So, yes, I know I went long and, spilling out a lot there, but my whole point is there's no such thing as balance. You're going to struggle with it. So what you need to do is schedule it, and you need to go through your daily routines and figure out what you can do without. Because I hate the excuse that people say, I don't have the time. Do you know what you just said? You have no time. So how are you breathing? How are you walking? How are you doing these?
Right.
You have no time in your life? Seriously?
I mean, how
So-
do you eat? How do you all these things?
So let me ask you a question. I just noticed an hour ago you posted on social media, but you took a few minutes to do that. So if you don't do that, then maybe there's a few minutes. You spent an hour last night watching a TV program. Well, there's an hour. Different things like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Find out find what things you're doing in your daily routine that are not significant. And what I mean by significant is find out what things in your daily routine are not going to impact you positively. Meaning,
Right.
watching TV, watching this television program, is that really going to make a difference in your life 5 years from now? Watching this few-minute episode? Because if it's not going to matter to you 5 years from now, then it's not important right now. And so you need to find out what your routine looks like, cut out all the garbage, like cut off all the fat, right?
Right. Right.
And keep the lean stuff and put the lean stuff on your schedule. You understand? So that's how I do it. That is how I've done it. And yeah, there are challenges. There are things that come up, right?
Yeah.
There are things that happen. Things get in the way. Challenges mess up your routine. That's okay. That's life. That's called life. Life. That's called life. So you just have to, I was in the Marines, so you have to learn to, what we used to say, improvise, adapt, and overcome. And that's how you do that. But yeah, so I hope I answered your question.